Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sacred Plants in the Americas, second edition. Olá a todos, boa noite. Bem-vindos a Plantas Sagradas nas Américas, segunda edição. Olá a todos, muy bienvenidos a Plantas Sagradas en las Américas, segunda edición. I am Bia Labate.
I'm Clancy Kavnar.
We are really happy to have you here. This is a continuation of many conferences and many conversations that we have been doing in the last 24 years because we tried sacred plants and they touch our hearts, they touch our soul, and they are plants that are professors, masters, friends, allies, plants that make us dream, that makes us see, that makes us have hope. And it's been a spiritual path and also a part of a political activism. I'm going to be short. Just want to say that we're celebrating the plants from the Americas and the people and the traditions that hold these plants and their territories and their culture. And we are anthropologists and social scientists, and we are lovers and activists of this space. We also want to invite the psychedelic community to do some self-reflection and accountability and honor and give back to Indigenous people and help build a movement that is a positive movement that contributes to the development of different peoples and conserving the plants and their lands. And it's a real honor to be here. I want to thank everybody. We'll have another opening tomorrow. This is just a quick hi. Enjoy the conference and see you later. Big hug, much love from San Francisco Bay Area, Ohlone territory.
Thank you, Bia. Thank you, Clancy. Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Josh Meadow. I am the COO of Chacruna Institute, and I'm very excited to welcome you today to Sacred Plants in the Americas. So this is our opening ceremony, and I'm going to start off just with a few logistical announcements that I'll also repeat tomorrow morning, just to help you navigate this new platform, which is probably many people's first time using it. It's our first time doing an event like this here, and so I hope you'll bear with us because we have a lot of speakers and a lot of talks and a lot of coordination to do. And so we apologize in advance if there are any technical difficulties, but hopefully it's going to go well. We have an amazing team supporting us. And so I'll just share a little bit more about how to navigate. So we have the main stage here. Mostly nothing is going to be happening here. We have the opening ceremony and then tomorrow morning, the opening announcements and then the closing announcements at the end. But otherwise, every one of the sessions is going to be happening in the conference sessions tab. So you'll see that over on the left-hand side. And so starting tomorrow morning when the actual talks start, we will have all of them visible there as they are happening. So you won't be able to see a session until it's live, but you can check out the schedule on the reception page. And then when a session is live, you'll see it pop up there on the conference sessions tab, and you can just click to join. Each session will have its own chat area, its own Q&A area, and we will have 3 simultaneous tracks at all times with different sessions. And so you're not going to be able to see everything in its entirety, but don't worry, we are recording all the sessions and we will send them out to everyone after the conference. So yeah, check out the schedule and decide what you want to attend. You can add it to your calendar through Hopin. And in addition to the 3 tracks of talks and panels, we are also going to have a connection room. So this is going to be an open room that is available throughout the conference, starting tonight after this opening ceremony, where people will be able to share their own video, and we can have up to 20 people at once on stage in that room. And that will be a space to connect and network and mingle and share ideas. And we're also going to be inviting our speakers to join that room as well, and our moderators. So that will be an opportunity to actually have some more personal discussion with some of them, hopefully. There's also the opportunity for networking with each other. So you can chat with anybody by clicking the people tab in the next to the chat, and finding the person you want to chat with. And you can also set up a video call with them within Hopin. So we encourage you to do that, connect with each other, and share ideas. And we also have this networking feature where you'll see on the left side we have the networking tab, and that button allows you to do a kind of speed dating connection, sort of meant to recreate the experience of randomly bumping into someone and having a conversation at an in-person conference. So that will randomly match you up with someone for a set amount of time, and you can connect with them through video that way. Finally, we have our expo booths, and I'm going to say a little more thanking our sponsors in a moment and bringing some of them on, but that's where our sponsors and our community partners, many of them have booths set up, and these booths have their own chat, their own Q&A, special offers, links, videos. Some of them have their own sessions, so that's a great place to go and learn more about the sponsors and the community partners. So we really encourage you to check out that space as well, and that is open now through the weekend. We also have a special booth there for our Indigenous Reciprocity initiative, which we will share a lot more about later. It's launching tomorrow, but you can check it out in the booth there, and the ayahuasca sexual abuse guidelines survey that we've been working on for a long time. We have a booth on that too. So yeah, definitely check out the booths. And speaking of our sponsors, I want to give a huge thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. We got some great sponsors this year, and it was huge support that allowed us to give out many scholarships. I believe we gave out more scholarship free tickets than we sold, probably 300 or 400 or so. We gave scholarships to anyone in Latin America who applied, and so we feel really grateful for the sponsors for helping to allow us to give away so many free tickets. So in particular, I want to give a special shout out to our gold sponsors, Dr. Bronner's Magic Soap. They're amazing people. Some of the top philanthropists in the psychedelic space have given so much to support psychedelic work, and just are really a model, I think, for how to operate an ethical corporation business with their values of sustainability and equality and reciprocity. And then also our other gold sponsor is Cybin. And Cybin is a newer company that's really at the cutting edge of developing psychedelic therapeutics and new drug discovery platforms, formulations, and delivery and approaches. And so I encourage you to check out their booths, and if you want to learn more about them. Also our silver sponsors, I'm not going to say as much about them right now, but you can check out their booths. Our silver sponsors are the Nikian Foundation, the Horn Fund, the Synthesis Institute, and Numinous, River Styx, and MAPS. And those latter three all have folks who are going to come on and share a little bit about them today before we move into our ceremonial blessing. So I also just want to thank all our bronze sponsors and our supporting sponsors. I'm sorry, we don't have we're not naming them all by name right now, and as well as all our community partners. A few more thank yous. Thanks for your patience. We have a lot to say. I just want to really thank all our speakers. We have over 80 amazing presenters from all over the world, just a huge range of perspectives. So check out all their bios on the website and all their sessions. And our moderators, our amazing moderators who are helping to facilitate the Q&A and introduce the speakers. And there's the Chacruna team. We just have an incredible team of staff and volunteers who did so much to make this possible. Really too many people to name, and I'm probably going to forget people, but I want to specifically shout out, of course, Bia, our incredible executive director, Bristol, our communications director, Horacio, our amazing program manager in Mexico, who's been with Chacruna for a very long time, our interns, Paul and Johnny, Karen, who's running our technical direction for the conference, all our designers, all the other volunteers, and just the greater community, our Patreon members. Thank you so much for your donations, all the other donors. And of course, all the Indigenous leaders, wisdom holders, practitioners, the psychedelic elders, the scientists, researchers, healers, anthropologists, lawyers, policy maker, changers, business leaders, and everyone here and in the community that is making a conference like this possible. We are so grateful for you. And last but not least, of course, we need to offer a very, very important thank you to the plants, to the sacred plants and fungi, because that is ultimately why we are all here. We really, I believe, and many of us believe, that these medicines have a spirit and are here on this earth to teach us, to help us grow, to challenge us, to heal us, to help us love deeper and grow as individuals and as cultures. So more than anything, we want to remember that and remember that we are here for the plants, to honor that wisdom. So thank you. I'll end my thank yous there. And with that, I would like to introduce a few of our sponsors just to come on just for a minute or two and share a little bit more about their work. So we're going to start off with Sean McAllister, who is Chacruna's general counsel and a huge part of our team and one of our silver sponsors. Hi, Sean.
All right, good evening, everybody. Many blessings from the crossroads of many people from a long time here in Colorado, the Ute, the Cheyenne, the Kiowa, the Arapaho, the Crow. We stand on the shoulders of many before us, and I'm so thrilled to be one of the silver sponsors for Chacruna's Sacred Plants in the Américas Conference. It's been a great joy of my life to be associated with Bia Labache and the entire Chacruna team. You know, there's a lot of good lawyers out there. We're working for you all. I'm a lawyer in Colorado and California, and I'm working for churches that are trying to get recognition for sacred plant medicine use. I'm working on policy. I'm on the Decrim Denver campaign that decrimmed psilocybin in Colorado, worked on the California decriminalization initiative, worked on the Decrim Seattle initiative. You know, my law firm is trying to help this movement move forward because we believe in the values. So we're representing psychedelic assisted therapists who are trying to heal patients. We're representing companies that are trying to explore psychedelics. We're committing ourselves to reciprocity with Indigenous people. And that's the values we all share. You know, I just want to celebrate this community, celebrate this rising tide. We have a chance right in front of us to do this right. If we mess this up in the next 10 years, we're going to regret it the rest of our lives. We're part of an intergenerational struggle to transcend the drug war and bring rationality to our drug policy. And psychedelics are ground zero right now for that movement. So if you care about medicinal psychedelic use, this is your movement. If you care about Indigenous rights, this is your movement. If you care about mental health, this is your movement. If you care about religious freedom, you're in the right place. If you care about cognitive liberty, if you care about environmental protection, if you care about cosmic consciousness and connecting to something beyond this small planet, if you care about healing, fun, joy, dancing, if you care about all of these things, this is your place. And we welcome you to this amazing historic event. You're going to be inspired all weekend long. And the most important thing is that you act on that inspiration. We need good people of good conscience to step up and support this movement and help us do it in the right way. And that's why my law firm is involved. We're committed to this issue. Feel free to check us out at McAllisterGarfield.com, but better yet, reach out to me, Sean McAllister. I'm happy to talk to anybody at any time, because this is the place. You're in the right spot, and together we're going to do this. So much love. Welcome to the conference. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Sean. That was awesome. Wow. We are so grateful for Sean. He's been such a huge support for the Chacruna team and our work. Definitely check out his booth in the expo space. Next, I'm going to bring on someone who probably needs no introduction here. He is a very important figure in this movement, a real leader. His name is Rick Doblin, and I think probably a surprise guest for the conference. But we're so grateful that he is here, that MAPS is one of our sponsors and our partners and our friends. And but Rick has been a crusader in this fight to change the drug laws and reform psychedelic science for so long as the executive director of MAPS and doing such important work. So here's Rick.
Great. Thank you, Josh, and thank you, Bia. It's just a pleasure to be here with you all today. I just want to make a nod to my favorite, or one of my favorite plant medicines, which I found has been an incredibly useful tool for about the past 50 years. And just to see this growth of Chacruna and the growth of your webinars and conferences has been terrific. It's been a delight to have Bia on MAPS staff, as well as her work building Chacruna. I think this movement towards understanding the sacred plants is exceptionally important. We are medicalizing. Right now, MAPS is in phase 3, which is the final stage of research for MDMA-assisted psychotherapy for PTSD. We will be publishing an article in Nature Medicine in the next couple weeks about the outstanding results of our first phase 3 study. So we're the first psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy to ever make it into phase 3. Even in the 60s, it was more academic research. I think the announcement that we're going to be putting out about the results in Nature Medicine are going to be really dramatic. There'll be New York Times and other articles and op-eds, and I think it will give a lot of help to the whole field of psychedelic medicine. But the other approach that we're talking about here, the sacred plants, is really essential. And I think that's where it began, this kind of mixture between medicine and spirituality and coming from plants. And so what we hope, we see limited religious freedom for the use of plants in groups, in religious groups, particularly in the U.S. here, and the Native American Church for peyote, and Uña de Vegetal and Santo Daime for ayahuasca. But what I hope will be one of the topics of discussion during your conference is, how do we really extend that religious, spiritual freedom to individuals so that we don't have to be part of a group religion? There's all sorts of values in groups and in religions. And, my wife and I raised our kids in our Reformed Jewish temple, lots of benefits from community. But at the same time, I think that each of us should have our own direct line to tools that may be producing spiritual experiences without having to be part of a group. And that will take a lot of work politically. The reason I think it's been so restricted so far is that religious freedom for individuals is very much like drug legalization. So we need to move in that direction. Bea and I were involved in a debate on NPR, Intelligence Squared, with Kevin Sabet, Jeffrey Lieberman against. We were for the legalization of psychedelics. And so it's something coming. So I'm just very much appreciative of what you all are doing for the conference. And I do just want to make a little note that synthetics like MDMA can also be spiritual. For me, the most mystical spiritual experience of my life was camping out with MDMA and doing it by myself all night. So I just want to acknowledge that plants have chemicals. Chemicals are from the human mind. We're part of nature as well. But the traditions that have been developed with plants are ones that we need to honor, we need to learn from. And also, I think we do need to adapt them to our current conditions. That's a big part of Reform Judaism, that it's our obligation to take the historical traditions that have been brought forward over thousands of years, but then make them relevant to today. That just because they've come through thousands of years doesn't mean they need to stay exactly the same, that we can update them and make them our own in that way, and then the next generations will do the same. So I just want to wish you a wonderful and thought-provoking conference, and then also try to look for ways to bring what you learned in the conference in action into your lives and into our culture, because we're in dire need of more spirituality and more healing from all sorts of conditions. It's a real challenge for the human race right now, and psychedelics are here to help us if we use them wisely. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do, all the aspects, and really try to be the person the kind of next, I would like to bring on Miriam Volat. Miriam is the co-director of the River Styx Foundation and a really important figure in the state. Incredible philanthropy, large support, and also a lot of community organizing work, especially around Indigenous people, communities. So,
Well, good evening. That's coming up. Josh shared, I'm the co-director of the River Styx Foundation, and our foundation has a long-standing commitment to the conservation of keystone cultures and medicines throughout this time. This time is one of the, I have a background in ecology, and so I'm always sitting with the fact that we're in the midst of the 6th greatest extinction that we've experienced on this earth. And so for us at River Styx Foundation, through our work with Indigenous peyote conservation, through our work with iboga conservation, ayahuasca, yahe, and now toad, and also being able to support the Mazatec people, we really have come over the last 4 or 5 years, which is still really recently, to recognize that there's extreme threats and opportunities from the impact of the psychedelic movement, which we're all interested in seeing unfolding in a good way, to Indigenous biocultural heritages. And we as a foundation are unequivocally committed to respecting those cultures, to taking responsibility for being good allies, and for really having biocultural conservation of these medicines, these cultures, the lands, the ecosystems that support them, the way that they're integrated or affected by mainstream culture. Really being respectful of that needs to be part of the DNA of this movement in order, like Sean said before, for us in 10, 20, 30, 100 years to feel really good about how this has all unfolded. And so we're deeply committed to having that go well. It's with this commitment that we're extremely proud to be sponsors of the Sacred Plants of the Americas #2. We're extremely hopeful that many, many people will learn about some of the complexity, some of the nuance, and some of the responsibility that we have when we engage in opening up interest and access to these medicines, which can lead to great, great healing, but can we also not have harm come from this process. We also, along with supporting this really important conversation that Chacruna is convening, we're also proud to support the Indigenous Reciprocity Initiative that Chacruna is launching. And we also, along with Dr. Bronner's and a few other philanthropic entities, have an Indigenous Medicine Conservation Fund that we're supporting, which will be bringing substantive infrastructure support into some of the communities that have these keystone medicines at the middle of their culture and ways of life, and really survival into the future, so that land can be preserved and Indigenous leadership can actually be set up the way that they want to be set up to do biocultural conservation into the future as things are changing really quickly. So just again, want to wish you all a really enjoyable conference. I know there's going to be a lot of things to learn. One of the things that I've been learning about in my commitment to being a good ally is that sometimes equality and unity require really doing some deep homework on what are the complexities, and looking at that maybe that we don't always know what the answers are. And our job right now, if we want to be committed to the sacred plants of the Americas and other places maintaining their sacredness, is to sometimes just really listen, be patient, place heritage traditional knowledge holders at the middle of determining what's going to happen with their futures. And so with that in mind, I just want to say thank you to the Chacruna staff for putting on this amazing convening, and thank you to everybody for being committed and interested in protecting a bioculturally diverse and beautiful, abundant, and healthful future.
Beautiful. Thank you, Miriam. I was hearing that people were having trouble hearing me before. Can people hear me now? I'm going to try to speak a little more clearly. Looking in I think the chat is a little delayed, but I'll keep talking. Thank you, Miriam. Lastly, I would love to invite on Devin Christie, who's the Chief Medical Officer for Numinous Wellness. They are a psychedelic therapy research company based in Canada, I believe. I should have taken better notes, but Devin can share some more. So welcome, Devin.
Okay, thank you so much. It's a real honor to be here with everybody. I'm Dr. Devin Christie. I'm the Medical and Therapeutic Services Director with Numinous. I'm joining you as an uninvited settler here on the traditional lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people, also known as Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. We're really honored to share this virtual stage with such a diverse range of leaders. In this event, and also the launch of the Indigenous Reciprocity Initiative, which we are supporting, really highlight the importance of the work Chacruna is doing to support intercultural dialogue, honor Indigenous cultures and traditions that underlie so much of what is happening in psychedelics and therapy today. And at Numinous, we feel deeply aligned with this mission. We recognize that Indigenous voices have been and continue to be marginalized and excluded in many areas, and colonization has had a terrible impact on Indigenous peoples. We're committed to being part of a change that's urgently needed, making the Numinous mission of helping people heal and be well one that's inclusive of everyone. So as we develop our services, we're actively pursuing learning about the people who call our communities home so we can work collaboratively. We are doing this from the executive level with consulting with local Indigenous leaders, our clinical leadership team, including myself, engage with Indigenous advisors and for learning and developing our therapeutic services. And relationship-centered care, connection, and community building are pillars of our clinical model at Numinous. So we're really proud to be building a diverse team and bringing multidisciplinary and multicultural perspectives to areas of our organization, supporting our values of learning and service, recognizing reciprocity is an ongoing process that starts with education, humility, and openness. And so we're here to listen as an organization, to continue to be committed to nurturing ongoing connections that serve reciprocity. And we're just delighted and honored to be here as a sponsor of this really important gathering. So thank you very much to all the leadership of Chacruna, to everybody participating, and just really wish you all a beautiful weekend and blessings on this conference. Thanks.
Sorry for the delay there. Thank you so much, Devin. So next, I would like to bring Bia back on, and who's going to introduce Putani, and who's calling in from Brazil and having some technical issues, but we're going to see if we can make it work. But bring Bia back on to share a little bit about her, and hopefully we can bring her on after that.
Hello, everybody. So as you may know, Chacruna, part of our work focused on leadership of women, and we have been doing a lot on this field of women and psychedelics, including our initiatives around raising awareness around sexual abuse. But not only that, we have held a conference on women and psychedelics, and we also have a series that is called Women in the History of Psychedelic Plant Medicines, led by Dr. Erica Dick from Canada. And we also have produced a few women's dinners and have a forum, a listserv that we exchange with leaders in the field. And so it's my honor that we have chosen two strong women and from South America. It's also part of our mission to give voice and empower and platform, besides women, people from the global south, non-English speaking. We in Chacruna have an accent and we're proud of it. And in this regard, we're going to have two amazing women to do a more spiritual and honoring part of our conference. One is Putani Yawanawa and the other is Claudia Cuentas. So Putani is a leader among her community, and she has an incredible story of being among the first women to become shamans among the Yawanawa. And she told this story a few times. She's a true legend in Brazil. She was met with a lot of resistance by her own people, and but she endured the big challenges that involves profound isolation and diets for a severe period, and ingesting plants and a lot of techniques and knowledge and a whole world of traditions. And she is a big reference in the field in Brazil, and we're very honored to have her. She went to a near town to try to connect through internet. I don't know if it's gonna work. We're also going to have Biraci, Yawanawa, and a few other Indigenous friends from Brazil and South America, but also from Canada, Mexico, Peru, Colombia, throughout the weekend. Josh, let's see if we can make it happen, if the spirits are in our favor.
Brittany, you need to request to join. Once again, it disappeared from the moderation panel.
Putani, tá escutando?
Okay, there we go.
Mas ainda, she has the mic. The mic is not. Oi, Putani, tá escutando? Tem como tirar o seu microfone para poder falar? Esse sinal em cima do microfone para poder liberar o microfone? Acho que ela está no. I think she is in a phone, so not sure if we can make the microphone work. Glauber, conseguimos fazer o microfone funcionar?
Vamos ver. Putani, você pode falar para ver se a gente te escuta?
Ela está com o microfone fechado.
Putani, você pode pegar o seu telefone e colocar perto de você para ver se a gente consegue, por favor?
Glauber, não é isso, tá? O telefone dela está falando que ela está fechada. Tá vendo o negocinho?
Putani, fala um pouquinho, só para a gente ver se dá para te ouvir.
Tá bom. Olá, tudo bem? Muito obrigada por compartilhar esta reunião junto com todos vocês. É uma alegria, muito especial. Eu vou deixar aqui também uma mensagem para vocês, do nosso povo, aqui da nossa casa, e da nossa família. A gente está aqui desde cedo, aqui tentando, né? Não conseguimos essa comunicação. Então, a gente está dedicando a fazer.
Putani, não está dando para te ouvir.
So it looks like we're having some technical difficulties with with the whole screen seemed to turn off for people. I'm not sure what happened there, but hopefully the sessions tomorrow are going to go more smoothly. But I think maybe it'll be best we could like record a video with Butini and post that tomorrow. Or find another session time to have her, because unfortunately we just can't hear. Very sorry about that. These are the challenges of trying to do this virtual conference. But with that, Bia, should we introduce Claudia to finish off with some music? Bia, you're muted.
Let's move to Claudia. She can talk more about herself.
Claudia, you need to request to join.
Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Aquí desde el territorio de los Vishrams y de los Clackamas, Multnomah, Huasco, desde las naciones del norte saludando con el corazón del sur aquí bien puesto en la tierra. An honor to be here with all of you and doing together with sound, donde estén, un rezo para el comienzo de este hermoso encuentro, for all the goodness to, and all the channels to be open throughout the weekend, for good listening and good connection between the heart and the mind, a good balance. I'm grateful to use these tools, these little metal tools that nowadays connect us and make us feel closer to one another. May we, as we do this sound and song, may we put our prayers on the ground for this weekend and for our global family and the health of our large community in the world and our beloved Mother Earth. Mi nombre es Claudia Cuentas. It's an honor to be here with you. Gracias, Vía y Josh y todo el equipo. Un abrazo. nación hermana de todos los alados, to the birthday nation, the cloud nation, the world between the worlds. Thank you for supporting us in this endeavor to be together, sustaining and preserving life always. Yari, 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 yari. Yari, 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 yari. Mamay cuna, cura y alimenta, transforma dolores en bonitos colores. Mamay cuna, llega, llega ya, pintando y curando, abriendo puertas, caminitos, llega ya. Cura, 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 cura. Mamá cuna, cuna, llega, 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 ya. Mamá cura, curandera, llega, llega, ya, llega, ya, llega, ya. amorcito. Llega ya. Un tour. Llamando al kuntur, al amargo, al otorongo. El águila y el cóndor. Y de ahí nace el colibrí. Canta, canta, colibrí, canta tu canción. Canta, canta, colibrí, alegra el corazón. Es el amor entre el águila y el cóndor. Eres la paz, eres la libertad, eres el amor entre el águila y el cóndor. Eres la paz, eres la libertad. Canta colibrí, canta colibrí, canta colibrí, encanta. 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 Somos de los Andes, somos de la tierra, gentiles de los vientos, ya se acaba la guerra. Nuestras manos bondadosas siembran la tierra que habitas. Nuestro canto siempre un rezo para nuestra agua bendita. Soy tu madre, soy tu hermana, soy el fruto de tu vientre, entre los niños y los antiguos, alimentándote por siempre. Soy tu madre, soy tu abuela, la plataforma, raíz y fruto, la que vive dentro tuyo, lo absoluto. Canta, canta, colibrí, canta tu canción. Canta, canta, colibrí, alegra el corazón. Eres el amor entre el águila y el cóndor. Eres la paz, eres la libertad. Eres el amor entre el águila y el cóndor. Eres la paz, eres la libertad. Canta colibrí, encanta. Canta colibrí, canta colibrí, canta colibrí, encanta. Canta colibrí, canta colibrí, canta colibrí, encanta. Canta colibrí, canta colibrí, canta colibrí, encanta. Encanta colibrí, encanta los corazones. Enamora colibrí, enamora y da visiones. Endulza colibrí, un corazón abierto colibrí. Such a beautiful honor to be with all of you here today in this opening, in this new Pachacuti, todos juntos. Thank you so much for the invitation. And as we say, thank you for the space and the inspiration and the guidance, we also always sing to our beloved water. Heal us, transform us, dear water. May we see as clear as you do. May we travel as light as you do. May we remember to be the protectors of you always. Cura curando, cura curando, cura curando. Limpia limpiando, limpia limpiando todita lágrima. Cura curando, cura curando, cura curando. Limpia limpiando, limpia limpiando todita lágrima. Agüita que todo lo sabe, agüita que todo lo ve. Abre los caminos, que nuestra gente se levante. Cura curando, cura curando, cura curando va. Limpia limpiando, limpia limpiando todita lágrima. Cura curando, cura curando, cura curando va. Limpia limpiando, limpia limpiando todita lágrima. Agüita que todo lo sabe, agüita que todo lo ve. Abre los caminos, que nuestra gente se levante. Cura curando, cura curando, cura curando. Limpia limpiando, limpia limpiando todita lágrima. Agüita curande, agüita bondadosa, agüita generosa. Agüita para todas las bocas. Agüita. No sé cómo estamos de tiempo. ¿Hay espacio para hacer una más? Sí.
Sí.
Gracias. Una para la tierrita. Esta canción es en inglés y en español, por si no saben hablar español. The earth, she is calling. She's calling your name. Otra vez. The earth, she is calling. She's calling your name. The earth, she is waiting. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? La tierra te está llamando y ella no puede más esperar. Te pide que te levantes, no esperes más, no esperes más. Open your eyes, take a look inside. Open your heart. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? We've been placed on this earth, and now is the time. Would you feel the ground and let her through you cry? The earth, she's calling. She's calling your name. The earth, she's waiting. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? La tierra te está llamando y ella no puede más esperar. Te pide que te levantes, no esperes más, no esperes más. Open your hands, Take a look around. Open your heart. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? No more waiting, the time is now. An honor and a joy to be with you in this now. Un abrazo gigante. Gracias.
Beautiful. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much, Claudia. That was, I saw people posting some great adjectives in the chat, transcendent, giving people goosebumps. What a beautiful way to open this conference. And thank you so much for sharing your gift. So it looks like we've been testing Bhutanese audio on the back end, and we think we might have figured it out. So we're going to bring her on again and give it another try, and hopefully it works this time. So here we go. Maybe not. Maybe it's not meant to be. Oh. Okay, we've got the video. It's still no audio. Sorry, we can't hear you. Yeah, anyone on the back end? Glauber, you want to come on? And yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. Sorry. Hi, Glauber.
Hi. Botani, você pode falar para ver se a gente te escuta, por favor?
Olá, tudo bem? Boa noite. Tá me ouvindo?
I think it's not working, Josh. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will try to find another time throughout the weekend that we can make this happen, or record a video. But yeah, we're just grateful that we could even get your video and that you're here with us in spirit, Bhutani, and your video is here and that we can see you. And so thank you. And we will try again tomorrow. Okay, well that about brings us to the close of this opening. Apologies again for the technical difficulties. Hopefully we'll get things smoothed out by tomorrow. But now the conference is officially open, and I want to invite all of you to stay on. This is the last official programming that we have for tonight, but we start again at 9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow morning. But we also have open, you're welcome to go and check out our connection room. That should be open now, and we'll have someone there moderating, and so that's a good space to just connect. We again invite any of our speakers who are here or moderators to pop in there if you are able to, and just connect with each other. Use the networking feature, look for people you want to connect with, and set up chat. Getting some words that my mic is loud. I'm sorry, apologies for the sound issues. Hopefully we'll get things smoothed out tomorrow. But thank you all so much for coming and joining us this weekend. We hope you have a beautiful weekend. And yeah, the expo booths are open, the connection room is open, and we will see you again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, everyone.